Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a medium level question that I just resolved on my own after a really long time. So I'm super happy about this and I'm very glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help. So let's go over it and let me show you how I did it. So 503 next greater element 2. Basically, for each element in nums, find any element, the very first element that you see to the right that is strictly greater than the current element and put that element's value in the current position. So the thing here is the array can be circular. So 3 is actually 4 because if you go back, then you find 4. So to find the next greater element, let's first just try to think about how we would do this. So let's just do the next greater element. So we do that with the monotonic stack. So basically the stack will keep track of every single index to the left of the current element. So again, this is supposed to be any index to the left, and this is supposed to be the current. These are the values. So if that's the case, then let's call this left index is the most recent left index that we found, because the most recent one is the nearest one, which is the next greater one, right? And let's also fill a result with -1 times the length of nums, because it says right here, if it doesn't exist, return -1, so that would be the default value. So because we found that answer for the left index, we found the soonest to the right or the nearest to the left in terms if we're looking at the current index, right? So let's draw some examples. So for example, this is index 0, this is index 1 and 2. So first iteration, this would not be true. So we also have to append I. So the stack would look like this. And then on the second iteration, we're currently looking at I, which is 1. And then 1, which is 2, right? So nums of 1 is 2. And that is greater than, so nums of stack -1 is really nums of 0. The last one is less than nums of 1. That's true. So then we can pop 0 and the stack just becomes like this. And then we can set, because we found the answer for nums of 0, the left soonest index that's less than the current value, we can set result of left index to be equal to the current value, right? So the result of 0 would be equal to nums of I, right? So result of 0 would be equal to nums of 1, right? Nums of 1 is 2. Cool. So then we keep going, and because the stack is empty, this AND condition will be false. So then the stack will append the current value, and then we're going to go to the right. So every index on the stack is added in last in first out order and represents an index to the left of the current index we're traversing, for which we want to find the next greater, the next soonest answer to. So that's why we're doing this, right? Okay, so the other thing is now if we return the result, we can see that it's not correct because you can also go circular, right? So if it's circular, why don't we just go ahead and append nums to itself, right? Because if we make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, then we can just easily find that 4 is the next greater element, right? So this time, when you look at what you get for result, we just want half of it, right? Because circular is just to find a valid element. So why don't we just say half is length of result divided by 2, and then we just return the first half, the leftmost half, right? Okay, so let's submit it. And there you go. Passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it completely on my own after a very long time. So that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.